and welcome. My name's Tolan and I'm the co-founder of Productivity Me. In this video, we're going to look at the idea of the autocomplete list and how to turn that on or off by pressing the Alt key and the down arrow. So with that, let's jump right into Excel. All right, so now that we're in Excel, in the previous set of examples, we were looking at an instance where perhaps we're tracking the quantity of books that we sold, the price, and the revenue. And in earlier videos, you might have noticed that there was a total for the 4 quarters here for the quantity sold and also for revenue. The way that we got that total was by using a function called sum. Sum will add up all of the items that we put into this list. So we said, please add these 4 values together and give us an answer. And the answer was, well, by the end of the year, we will project to have sold 1,883 individual books. We did the same thing over here. We said, please sum these projected revenues, and we would have 18,830 Great British pounds if we did that. However, what might not have been super apparent is this idea of when we insert a function, we press the equals key and then start typing. There's this list that appears on the bottom, and this is called the autocomplete list. And it's a function or a kind of a feature within Excel that Excel tries to help us figure out or guess what equation or what function we're using. And so as we refine our set or our syntax, the letters that we put into Excel, Excel will narrow the choices. But some people find this really, really annoying to have all of these different lists, or maybe they're trying to learn different functions and they don't always want to see them. Because when you see them, you might just hit the tab key and then it would auto select that. So if you want to turn off the autocomplete display, you can press the Alt key and the down arrow. And then you'll still be able to use functions like the sum function, but you just won't have a bunch of choices below that. So again, if we wanted to say, take these, delete them. If we wanted to use sum, we could type in sum, parentheses, select the values, and parentheses. We could press sum. We would say, I think maybe it's D3 through D6, close parentheses, and enter. If you want to turn that back on, you can do this by pressing the Alt key and the down arrow a second time, so that when you then type the sum function, you would see the different choices that you have. So it's totally up to you whether or not you want to display the autocomplete function or the autocomplete feature within Excel. I generally leave it on. I can find it kind of helpful to see what I'm doing, but others prefer not to. So Alt down arrow would enable or disable this display, and that's what we covered in this video. In the next video, we'll begin a new section in which we'll discuss editing cell data. We'll look at keyboard shortcuts like F2, that of escape, Shift F2, and a series of control keyboard shortcuts that will allow you to very quickly move in between individual cells and the contents of those cells so that you can make edits more efficiently. So join us for that next section, and we'll see you again soon. As always, thanks for watching. Cheers.